Alright then, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Crypto Space. So in today's video we are going to cover Kaspa, its recent price action. On the top of that we are going to cover a couple of interesting news, and of course we are going to have a look at general market sentiment, and we are going to look at Bitcoin and altcoin charts as well. So guys, if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing, and a quick disclaimer that this video is not financial advice. And now let's hop into Kaspa itself. So Kaspa is currently trading at 13 cents. The volume is currently sitting at 31.1 million USD, and the market cap is currently sitting at 3.2 billion USD. And now the current reward is currently sitting at 110 Kaspa. Next reward is going to be 104. Next reduction is scheduled in 10 days. And the hash rate is currently sitting at 289 terahash per second. And all-time highs for hash rate is 310 terahash per second. So things are looking more and more serious for Kaspa. Now guys, let's have a look at addresses that are holding over 10,000 Kaspa. So as of 24th of May, we were sitting at 75,580. And as of today, we are sitting at 75k630, which gives us 50 new holders in the last 2 days. And if it comes to 100k, we've got 20 new holders holding over 100k Kaspa in the last 2 days. And now check this out.
I will ensure that the future of crypto and the future of Bitcoin will be made in the USA, not driven overseas. I will support the right to self-custody to the nation's 50 million crypto holders. I say this with your vote. I will keep Elizabeth Warren and her goons away from your Bitcoin. And I will never allow the creation of a central bank digital currency.
So guys, if he's going to keep up on that promise, once he's going to become a president, things are going to change towards our favor, and that is something good to hear. But anyways, let's have a look at this interesting tweet. So shout out to Pompolinski. As promised, I will be posting about the new KRC20 projects soon to be launched on the Kaspa network. I got my eyes on Casper the Ghost. I've already established a contact with the devs and they are really excited. And so guys, this is one of the first meme coins that I believe is going to be built on Kaspa network, and that is something good to see. I'm not telling anybody to degen into it, but that's for your information guys. And now let's finally have a look at the chart for Kaspa. So first things first, this is a 2-hourly time frame for Kaspa. And the first thing that I'm seeing is that a cap and handle again on the 2-hourly time frame, right? So let's actually, draw a temporary resistance over here, and let's actually see how we are standing if it comes to, the cap and handle. So we do have a cap, and potentially we do have that handle being built at the moment on 2-hourly time frame, right? So of course, I'm not saying that this is going to play out 100%, but this is what is brewing. Also, stochastic RSI on the 2-hourly time frame is telling us that we potentially are going to see the reset, right? Which is going to probably pull the price a little bit lower, and that is going to be continuation of that handle. And now, I'm not saying that after that you are going to see a huge pump, just like, with previous cap and handle, we technically might see some fake out, which would also coincide with retesting that level of support at lower levels of 13 cents. And after that, we could see, the spike towards the upside. So let's actually have a look what potential targets we could see for this breakout, right? So we would basically see 15 cents, and that would also coincide perfectly with that level of resistance that is sitting at 15 cents. So guys, things are looking bullish for Kaspa. But now actually let's have a look at longer time frames. So that is a daily time frame, and as I was mentioning before guys, this is very bullish because we have finally broke above that descending trend line, which is great for Kaspa. We have smashed through that level of resistance that became our support at the moment, and things are looking good for Kaspa. Nevertheless, on a daily time frame, as you guys can see, stochastic RSI is already in that overbought territory, which technically shows us that we could potentially see that pullback, right? I'm not necessarily worried about that because, as I was mentioning before guys, on a weekly time frame, stochastic RSI is telling us something totally different, right? And that is basically bullish cross that we have experienced on the 29th of April. And on the top of that, that momentum is being currently built up. Of course, Kaspa is also waiting on what BTC is going to do, but as you guys can see on a weekly time frame, we do have that, bullish momentum, right? Now let's actually have a look at the rainbow standpoint. So as you guys can see, we are perfectly bouncing from that lower level of rainbow for Kaspa. So things are looking good for Kaspa, and I would say, in my personal opinion, this is probably the last time to buy Kaspa before the next pump. And even if Kaspa saw that spike, I still believe it's definitely better to purchase some Kaspa and scoop up Kaspa in that area rather than here, right? But it's actually funny how people are going to degen into Kaspa when Kaspa is going to see levels of, let's say, 30 cents, but nobody's interested at the moment, right? Which is actually funny, but basically if you are patient, you are going to be rewarded in this market. Anyways, guys, let's cover liquidity. So that is a Binance 24-hourly heat map for liquidity. So as you guys can see, we do have significant levels in the area below of the current price for BTC and above as well. So that basically shows me that we are going to potentially trade sideways for today for BTC. Nevertheless, if I'm going to actually switch it to, let's say, weekly time frame, as you guys can see, we do have significant level, which is actually 1 billion USD worth of shorts for BTC. So in my opinion, we are going to see sooner or later spark towards the upside for BTC, and that 72k level for BTC is going to be visited sooner rather than later, I believe. So as of today, Kaspa is winning 6.1% towards the upside. We've got Chill token up 14%, Ondo Finance 7.5%, and we've got Doc with Hat 8.2. Of course, I'm not going to read everything, but as you guys can see, this is perfect representation of the fact that not every single crypto is pumping. So for example, AIOZ was pumping at the time when Kaspa was basically pulling back. So again, you do have to have conviction into the coin that you are investing, right? And basically patience again. But anyways, shout out to trader Taringrade. Bitcoin has perfectly retested the upper channel line on a daily chart. By measuring the target from this descending channel breakout, BTC can reach 75k very soon. So guys, as you can see, obviously we have, broke above, right? And many people are probably thinking, what's going on, right? But as you guys can see, we do have that perfect retest over here of the whole bull flag. And now technically we should bounce from that level of support towards the target for BTC, and that is a daily chart, by the way. And now shout out to Titan of Crypto. So these are altcoins, total crypto market cap that is excluding Bitcoin on a monthly chart. Altcoins are about to skyrocket. Did you prepare for it? So let's actually have a look at his little infographic over here, right? So number one green is breakout of the Bollinger Bands, right? So we have experienced that, previously in the previous cycle, just like in this one already, right? Then number two, the orange one, deviation from the BBS, right? That already happened in the previous cycle, and that also happened in this current cycle as well. Number three, pullback. We have already experienced pullback, right? And now number four, breakout. So as you guys can see, we are still before that breakout, and that is very, very juicy because we are actually interested into crypto now, not like people that are going to come during the euphoria phase, and most likely they are going to lose money. And now shout out to the Scalping Pro. Bitcoin simple strategy. Buy Bitcoins 500 days before halvening. 2. Hold, do nothing. We are here. Sell 500 days after halving. Number 4, repeat. So as you guys can see, following that simple strategy, is going to pretty much make you money. Well, it made people money in the previous cycle, and I do believe that this cycle isn't any different, right? Well, apart from the fact that obviously we do have huge ETF inflows, which is obviously, only positive thing. And now I'm not saying that, we are necessarily going to see the peak in 500 days after the halving. However, based on the previous cycles, this is the theory that is quite valid in my opinion. So again, shout out to the Scalping Pro. And now if we are going to look at altcoins from the perspective of where we are at the moment, as you guys can see, we are in that choppy boredom sideways price action that is basically shaking people out. However, I do believe if people are going to be patient, and you guys are going to be patient, you're going to get rewarded. As you guys can see, this is something that happened in the previous cycle as well in 2021, just like in 2018. So guys, I do believe that this is no different, and again, patience is going to be rewarded. But now let's have a look at this chart. So shout out to El Crypto Prof, and that chart is crypto market cap that is excluding Bitcoin on a 3-weekly time frame. So the last time altcoins broke out of the Gaussian channel and retested, it was almost 4 years ago. After that, we experienced a legendary altcoin season. Back then, we also saw a buy signal in the super trend as well as the EMA 10, which withstood the entire run. So guys, last time Gaussian channel flipped red, that was in July, October 2020. So as you guys can see, after that retest, we had a huge and legendary altcoin season. So this is exactly what is brewing at the moment, right? We do have that retest on a 3-weekly time frame for Goldsim channel, and sooner or later I believe we are going to flip green again, and we are going to continue on banking those profits. And now guys, this is a crypto total market cap that is excluding Bitcoin on a 5-daily chart. So altcoins have recently broken out of a descending broadening wedge pattern to the upside. I've been sharing this chart for months. Everything is going according to the plan, ladies and gentlemen. The next big resistance will be broken soon. Send it higher. Guys, as you can see, falling wedges chart patterns. So we've got a pump, then we had the consolidation and the falling wedge, and then the breakout, right? Just like on this one as well. So guys, this is exactly the same thing that is brewing up for altcoins, right? We had the breakout, right? Well, from that huge one, and now we've got a little one, let's say, and as you guys can see, we already experienced that breakout, and now most likely what a retest of that line as a support. Nevertheless, after that we are going to see the pump, I believe. And now shout out to Mr. Crypto. Altcoins have already popping off across the board, and the Bitcoin dominance hasn't even broken down yet. Imagine what will happen once the BTC dominance breaks down. Altcoins will explode. Yes guys, so he is actually correct. As you guys can see, many altcoins are actually pumping on a daily, not mentioning about the weekly, not mentioning about the monthly, etc. However, let's actually come back to, Bitcoin's dominant chart, and let's actually have a look what's going on, right? So that is a weekly time frame, guys. So let me first of all actually zoom it out. As you guys can see, we've got, we are still at that higher level over here for Bitcoin dominant. So sooner or later we are going to drop, and once we are going to drop, I believe this is nothing in comparison to what is going to happen for our altcoins pretty much, and of course our Kaspa, right? So please remember that Bitcoin dominance is still relatively high, which isn't allowing altcoins to fly. However, that is not going to last forever, I believe. And by the way, according to ChainMind, the biggest altcoin season in crypto history is coming. 6 listed alts will pump first, buying the right tokens, getting 100x profit or more. So according to him, we are in this stage of belief zone, right? And over here, obviously, we do have a lot of shakeout. So the first next pump is going to take us to thrill. And after that, most likely, it's going to be better to take out some profits, because nothing is going to go in a straight up line forever, right? People are going to be taking profits, and that's something that you guys have to be prepared for. However, we're still going to have another phase, which is euphoria. You still do have opportunity to make life-changing gains in this cycle. Ladies and gents, thank you very much for watching this quick Kaspa, Bitcoin and altcoins and everything update. I hope that you have guys enjoyed it, and I wish you have a great day. Peace and love, crypto.